There's nothing wrong with being middle class, but there is something dangerous about being stuck there. Because most people don't realize they're not trapped by their income. They're trapped by their habits, toxic money habits, subtle ones, socially accepted ones, even praised ones, and they quietly keep you financially average for decades. Let's talk about them. 1. Upgrading your lifestyle every time you earn more, you get a raise. You celebrate. You upgrade your apartment. You finance a nicer car. You increase your monthly expenses. It feels like progress, but what actually happened? Your income went up, your expenses followed. Your net worth didn't change. This is lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the biggest wealth killers in the middle class. Wealthy people increase assets when income rises. Middle class increases liabilities. The difference compounds over years. 2. Financing things that don't produce income. Monthly payments are normalized. Car payments, furniture payments, phone payments, buy now, pay later. The middle class lives in monthly installments. But here's the issue. Most of those payments are for depreciating assets. Things that lose value the moment you buy them. When your income is already taxed heavily, and you commit future income to liabilities, you shrink your flexibility. Wealth is built on ownership. The middle class is stuck in payments. 3. Saving without investing. This one sounds responsible. You save money. You build a savings account. You feel secure. But if your money is just sitting there long term, inflation is quietly eroding it. Saving protects, investing grows. The middle class often stops at protection. The wealthy move to multiplication. If your money ain't working, you're the only one working, and that creates a ceiling. 4. Avoiding risk. Complete alive. Middle class is taught stability. Stable job, stable salary, stable routine. Risk is seen as dangerous. But here's the truth. Not taking risks is also a risk. Avoiding, learning new skills, negotiating salary, investing in yourself, starting something on the side, keeps you dependent on one income source. Wealth requires calculated risk, not recklessness, but expansion. Playing it to safe guarantees average results. 5. Buying status instead of assets. This one is subtle. Designer brands, luxury cars, high-end gadgets, not because they're needed, but because they signal success. The middle class often spends to look wealthy. The wealthy spend to become wealthier. There's a massive psychological difference. One buys image, the other buys leverage, and leverage builds freedom. 6. Thinking small about income. Many people say, I just need to budget better. Rarely do they say, I need to increase my earning power. Budgeting is important, but you cannot budget your way into financial independence. At some point, growth matters more than restriction. Skills scale income. Income scales opportunity. Opportunity scales wealth. If your income stays flat for 10 years, no budgeting trick will save you. 7. Confusing comfort with security. A comfortable life feels safe, but comfort often hides stagnation. If your job disappeared tomorrow, how long would you survive? If your income stopped, what assets would pay you? Security in comfort. Security is ownership. Diversification, cash flow, optionality. The middle class often chooses predictable comfort. The wealthy choose scalable control. 8. Ignoring money psychology. This is the deepest one. Your financial life isn't just math, it's behavior. Impulse purchases, emotional spending, fear-based decisions, comparison with peers. If you don't control your psychology, money controls you. And the middle class environment reinforces comparison. New car, you feel behind. Bigger house, you feel pressure. Comparison fuels spending. Spending kills margin. No margin, no investing. No investing, no wealth. The real problem known of these habits look extreme. That's why they're dangerous. They're normal, they're socially approved. But average habits produce average results. If you want above average wealth, you need above average discipline, not extreme, strategic. The shift that changes everything. Instead of asking, how do I maintain this lifestyle? Ask, how do I build assets? Instead of, what can I afford monthly? Ask, what produces cash flow? Instead of, how do I look successful? Ask, how do I become financially free? That shift moves you from consumer to builder, from participant to owner, from middle-class survival to wealth creation. Final thought: being middle class isn't failure, but staying there unintentionally is. And most people don't realize they're reinforcing it with daily decisions. Habits compound, so do toxic ones. Fix the habits, and your income eventually follows. Change the psychology, and the strategy becomes obvious. The question is, are you willing to give up comfort today for leverage tomorrow? Because that's the real divide.